Cats fighting. Alright, let's try not to get killed this time around. Please don't be the pig. No, I don't think it's a pig. Oh, it's that fucking gun guy. The generators. Oh, shit. I don't even know who it is. They see me. Whoever it is. Oh, it's fucking Pyramid Head. Lol. I've never played against Pyramid Head. Oh, he got him off. Okay, cool. Let's work this Jenny. Good job, G. Hey. Sorry, I'm just trying to like look over as best as I can. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me okay? I'm kind of far away from the mic. Let's see him over there. Where is he? Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is. Really? He didn't see me? Are you serious? Where did he go? Lol. Wait a minute! Oh shit, he's like right there. Okay, cool. What's up, Elf? World of Kings. Which one is that? Elf. Damn, that's his second hug. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Coming to get you, girl. Oh shit, what is that? Oh fuck, I knew it was gonna do something. Here, I'm gonna get you. Fuck it. I'm so sorry. Can he see me now that I'm fucking... Yep, he sure can. He can see me. So how do I get it off? Nobody told me that part. Oh, okay. That's cool. Is it a mobile game? I have something in my eye right now, like a whole ass eyelash in my eye, and I can't get it out. I have a whole ass eyelash in my eye. How do I get rid of this fucking... this shit? This effing. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to be better. I have an eyelash in my eye. Somebody please go get them. He sees me. I know he does. I fucking know he does. No? Yes? No? So is nobody really gonna go get them? Or, oh, you guys. He sees me. He sees me. He sees me. Maybe? Maybe he sees me? No? Is he camping him? I don't see him anywhere. I'm so sorry! Struggle! There's cats running around. He's horrible. I hate him. I hate him so much. He didn't see my fucking shit. Oh my god. Go, 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 go. I have no idea how to get these things off of me. Hey! We're just trying to survive. Trying to get all of this barbed wire. I've never gone against Pyramid Head, so I don't know how great this is going. Ah, this is it. Oh, freaking heck. The horn. So I don't know how to get that person out of that thing. I'm gonna try it because he's probably gonna be watching the doors. Nope, he's not watching the doors. He's slugging people left and right. Okay, so go, go, go. I don't know how to do it. Okay, we rescued you. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Is this the door? I'm so sorry, baby. Oh, fucking hell. What am I supposed to do? He's coming over here. He's coming over here. I know it. 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 The other guy got out. Oh, fuck. Do I try and go get him? Ah, damn you. Shit. Is he camping? He sees me. I'm so sorry! I'm sorry. I couldn't save her. Oh, something in my eye. There's something huge in my eye. We want sad face, not happy face. Hey, double pip. Hello. Welcome to whatever this is. This is just like a practice run. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this streaming thing. I think I'm going to do live readings. I know I always say that, but live readings is the most, like, I guess, the best thing to do. Those are cats, just in case you didn't know. I was going to try and do the ritual live, but, like, I don't know. I think it'd just be better if I recorded the ritual and then did it. Or did it and recorded it. Or what have you. I can't even do my loadout properly. I don't know if you guys play this game, but if you guys want to play, you're, like, more than welcome to play. I'm just chilling. I'm not, like, crushing ranks or anything. I'm not really good at this game. Those are cats fighting, by the way. If you hear them. Oh, shit, he scared the fuck out of me. Sorry, dude. There's nothing over here. There's a gen out here, usually. Why are you following me? Ooh, where is he? Oh, where are they at? Oh, it's a doctor. This is on PC. I have a controller that I wanted to try to use, but I couldn't get it to work, and I didn't want to be bothered with it, so I just started playing it with the keyboard. Ah! Fucking shit! Sorry. Earphones. Go, 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 go. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. You better be glad that it's not the pig because the pig, she scares the crap out of me, and I always scream when the pig's there. That's why I'm trying to kind of like sit back from the microphone so I don't scream in everybody's ear because I'm like notorious for that. What is this? Oh, sweet. I got this sprinkle sparkle. Where are the gems? Oh, there's one. Well, I'm glad to have screamed in your already ringing ear. Good job, dude, for blowing that thing up. We going to get the guy on the hook. We're going to get the guy on the hook. Is this the way? Yes, this is the way. Go. There's a totem. I hate the doctor. He's so annoying. I don't know. Maybe after I'm done with a few games, we'll do some stories or something. I don't have to work tomorrow, so. I've been really reading a lot of like conspiracy theories lately. And I sort of want to do like a top 10 video. Hide, hide, hide. Maybe not top 10, but like a top 5. Top 5 is good. Am I just not finding these things? Oh, okay, so he's over there. That was her third hook, really? Fucker, I hate you. Oh no, that's not her third hook. Just go through? Damn it, no. I'm always down for some Resident Evil, to be honest. I like the way that they redid it. Oh, there's a door right there. I would like to play it. I think it sounds cool. I haven't gotten around to it. It's hard for me to sit down and play like a story game because I get all like distracted. Oh, please, 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 please. Where is he? Is he above me? We need 2 more Jennies. 2 more. Where is he? Okay, he's downstairs. So many Jennies up here. No. Really? Oh, there's one. Why did he let himself go? Was that his last hook? What are your thoughts on the new Resident Evil they announced? The Resident Evil Village. I think that sounds freaking awesome. Okay, he's on second hook. Somebody please go get him. Somebody please go get him. Finally! What, finally for the Resident Evil? Here's the last one. Yeah, they announced it at the Sony thing. I think it looks amazing. It has werewolves in it. Why did you let yourself go? It was coming for you. Is he getting out? What is he doing? Ooh, apartment paperwork. It's better than like schoolwork. God, why do you guys keep fucking getting... I will leave you. Is he picking you up? Is he picking you up or is he waiting for me to go and get you? Shit. Go, 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 go. Go to the other door. Fuck! Wow, okay. You thought Resident Evil 3 was disappointing? Resident Evil 3, like the remake? The one with like the nemesis? Should I just freaking try? I'm gonna try. Ugh. No, not gonna happen. We almost had it. I could have left her, but I didn't. I'm a good team player. I would have won if I had left it. I'm gonna try Resident Evil. 2 looks good. Did you get a pet? Did not pet. There's this one, I have like a whole bunch of scary demos that I downloaded. One of like space or something where you're in space. I have so many games that I want to play. Elf, you need to put together a list of games. You said that there was like a whole bunch of games that I need to play that are scary games. Let me do my lowdown. Groovy. Oh, yeah, hold on. Siren Head doesn't scare me, though. Oh, shit. Siren Head, I don't... See, like... To me... I don't want to say it, 'cause I don't know if it's gonna, like, put me in, like, hot water, but, like, Siren Head to me is, like, a little bit silly. What, so he's basically just, like... I don't know any lore about Siren Head. I asked the guy if I could read some of his stories, but he never got back to me, so I don't know. But I just never thought, like, it's kind of scary or what have you. The games are good? That's good that the games are good. Are they short or are they long? There's several? No, that's cool. Maybe we'll try it. You get them on Steam or what? Or are they like from the developer websites? Why are you ugging me? Oh shit. None of them are on Steam? Okay. Man, somebody's already getting jumped? Not all of them are long. I'll check it out. There's a cat on my computer. Get down from there right now, Hemi. Hemi! I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. He's like, damn you. Okay, I'm gonna go get her. Right in the middle. Hemi, please. Please don't do this, Hemi. Hemi, please. Go. Run, Bizzle. Hemi, move. Oh my god, what's wrong with my mouse? What's going on with my mouse? You're sitting on my... You're sitting on my computer. Oh my god. Almost got jacked up by my cat, dude. Yes, I saw your kitty. I've always wanted a black cat. When did you get her? She's so cute. I don't know what that was. That was something. I don't think I've ever played against Legion. Miss me. Miss me again. I'm not gonna get lucky this time. Nope. Aww. I love baby kitties. I have my 2 big ones, and then I have Hemi, which is the new one. She won't sleep in her bed. I've banned Hemi from sleeping with me for many reasons. Come here. Come here, you. I wonder if anybody's gonna come for me. Are y'all gonna come for me, or are you gonna make me Kobe? I don't see anybody coming for me. No, it didn't happen. That guy's over there getting jacked up. I don't know where Hemi's at. Okay, I need everybody to like get off of where they're not supposed to be. Everybody, you especially. Go on. See, I sacrificed myself because cats were driving me nuts. Jumping on my computer. She wants to sleep next to you. See, I tried to leave Hemi in the room with me, but like he got to this age where he just like started acting like a psycho. Climbing all over everything, so. Where is he? Hemi, come here. After this, maybe after this one, I'll do some stories. Tell me if you want to hear some stories. I have some good ones saved. Come here. Come here. Come here. This is my brat. I don't know if you can see him. Sir. See, he's a butthole and he bites. Ouch. Well, I mean, I don't know if, like, I haven't recorded any stories. I was thinking about doing them like a live reading, but I don't know. Ow, stop biting me. Why are you being so mean? Stop it. Hey. Are you licking my lipstick off? Grosso. I sometimes wish I had an editor. Like, if I had... Yeah, boy cats are real different. They're mean. Well, he's mean. Because I give him forced lovin's. See, there he is up there. Sir, please, stop it. See, I don't think I've ever not had a mean cat. Not because, like, I mistreat them, but just because they just are assholes. And this one, like, has, like, extra fingers, so he's even more of a jerk. Hemi, please. And his 500 toes, and he's just like... The game. Well, what the hell happened? Did we win? Oh, so very sad. Do you remember me saying something about what? What are you doing, Hemi? Alright, I guess we're gonna do some stories. He's licking my forehead. Hemi, what are you doing? Literally licking my forehead. So what do we want to do? Do we want to tell scary stories? I have some good ones I wanted to check out. Let's just see what's on Reddit. Your cat starts crying when you leave your room? Let me see. I started watching what they do in the shadows, like the series. That shit is so funny. It cracks me up. Come on, Reddit, what's going on with you? Is Reddit down? Really? Really, Reddit? Hemi follows me everyone when he thinks that there's food. Other than that, he won't. So Reddit's not working for some reason. I don't know if it's down. We're on creepypasta.com. Let's see. Never use cheat codes on a Ouija board. Yeah, there's always one that's queen of the castle. I think the king of the castle is Simba, which is, he's my large orange. See, I have very abnormally large cats. I've put them on a diet, but they're just like huge 15-pound cats. And they're already adults. When I adopted them, they were declawed, which really sucks. But they were declawed. So we adopted them because we lived in a house that was like really shitty and it had like a rat problem. So we were like, hey, me and my roommate Mia were like, hey, let's get cats to combat this rat problem. And they didn't do anything. So we just decided to like move out, and I took them with me. And they've been on their own with me for, I guess, like 2 years, maybe a year and a half. And then all of this quarantine stuff happened. So then I was like getting anxious and feeling depressed just being here by myself. So I was like, well, let's get a cat. My husband was like, don't get a cat because you're going to regret it. You know, then you'll have 3 cats and I'll be like so many cats. But of course, like, I don't listen. So, okay, I'll tell some stories of Siren Head. And so I got Hemi. And I'm just Googling Siren Head stories. Wattpad. Oh God. There's so many Siren Head stories. Well, anyway, I got Hemi, and now he's driving me nuts. Driving me fucking nuts. The siren. Give me a good Siren Head story, Elf. Hurry, come on, let's go, 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 go. I need you to provide me with my content. Just kidding. I have one called The Siren, but I don't think it's about Siren Head. Siren Head. Creepypasta Wiki. He's got some really good lore, like definitely like a lot of good lore. How is your what? You wrote a story about Siren Head? If you wrote a story about Siren Head, I'll read it. Oh, the staircase ritual. You know, if I had stairs and it wasn't like 13 hours long, I would totally do the staircase ritual. Jump cuts, right? I don't have any stairs though. I think I have three stairs total, and that's like the stairs that are like going to my condo. I want to play Last of Us 2, but everybody hated it. I literally saw some guy on Twitch like cut his disc in half, like with scissors, after he finished it. I'm like, okay. I guess I should have been more prepared for this. All my callers are talking about creatures. Is that a story? Yeah, I'd be like, do you have 13 stairs in your house? If so, can I borrow them? That's a story. All my callers are talking about creatures. Okay. Oh, wow. That one is not what I was looking for. Mr. Creepypasta has read it. Where is... Let me mute this really quick. Oh, this is a story I think that he got special permission to read. Yeah, I really like to read community stories. Oh yeah, this one he got permission from the author to write. Dr. Creepin. You know, I don't really listen to too many creepypasta narrators. I like female narrators a whole lot, but I don't really listen to too many. I like watch really weird stuff on YouTube. I watch a lot of top fives. I like to watch people like chefs cleaning seafood or some weird stuff. Why is Reddit not working? Yeah, that'd be cool. Just send it to me. Like there's some like what's his name? Dark Selonium. Dark, that guy is really good. I like to listen to his stories, like, while I'm just there. It's hard for me to, like, do things and listen to stories, like, if I listen to them in work, because then I get, like, all distracted. Recently published The Bethesda Cult. My wives don't get along. Do you want to hear this one? My wives don't get along. All right, let's go. Let's do this one. Hello from America to Ireland. I think I want to see a female narrator get into this story instead of just reading it. Mostly when I'm trying to sleep. I love creepypasta. My wife says I'm not right. This is like a common thing that I like to listen to people read sometimes, but sometimes they have that like spit noise in the back of their mouth and it just like is gross. We're gonna do like Mia did that one time. Hold on. Whoa. We're gonna do this. Oh yeah. That's perfect. Okay. Are you ready for some scary stories? Is this even gonna let me do it? Yes. Perfecto. Hold on. I need to get the chat out of that. Put this there. Full screen. Virtual cracking fire. Here we go. I've never read this story, so we're just gonna do like a dry reading, I guess. I wonder if I can change the title on my thing. Dashboard. No. Can you not change the title of your thing? Oh yeah, you can. Did my title change? Yeah, it did. Alright, cool. How does it sound? Does it sound good? Is my voice all weird? Can you hear me good? Hear me well? Alright. Here we go. Okay. Have you ever wanted to love someone but couldn't? That's how I felt about Tammy. We never should have gotten together in the first place, but it was her birthday and I didn't know what I was getting myself in for. She invited all 5 of us from the office and I was expecting to just have a drink and go home. Fast forward to the bar, half an hour passed when we were all supposed to meet, and every time her phone buzzed, I knew it was another person canceling at the last minute. She was glowing with warmth that wasn't dampened by her disappointment, and I had nowhere else to be, and hours can melt together so fast when you've had someone after being lonely. Tammy blamed herself for how the party turned out in a vicious, self-depreciating way that left me scampering to reassure her. And the harder she was on herself, the kinder I had to be until someone Until somehow, without meaning to, I called her beautiful because I couldn't bear to have her thinking otherwise for another minute. The way her face lit up in response was proof that I wasn't lying, and the way she smiled back made me feel like it was the first time she had ever really believed those words. Tammy stayed close to me and we were living together. Tammy stayed close to me as we were leaving together, close enough to feel her breath on my neck. And then her arms were wrapped around my arm. Her warmth wasn't just something to be imagined anymore. Just to keep her balanced, she said. But no amount of steadying herself was enough for her to let go. She'd been drinking after all and needed someone to drive her home. Ooh, I'm rusted. I have a hair in my mouth and it's probably a Hemi hair. Am I hiding behind my mic? I am. So sorry. Oh, okay, sorry. Well, I think she was really beautiful that night, and the more of her she trusted me to see, the more beautiful she became. But love? It wasn't her fault that she came to love me, and it wasn't my fault that I couldn't feel the same. A starving man doesn't care what he eats, though, and the lonely will cling to anyone who makes them forget what it's like to be alone. Tammy and I started together, and the phrase, "Maybe this is what love is supposed to feel like," kept hopping in my head. Tammy treated me with devotion and smothered me with kindness, and the longer we stayed together, the harder it became to imagine my life being any other way. Thank you. Tammy would do anything to keep me, and she reminded me every day. I could think of no better way to thank her than with everything I had to give. She was nothing but joy on the day I asked her to marry me, and basking in that light, I told myself that her happiness would be enough for both of us, for all my years ahead. Then there was my other wife, the one with the shaved head, the one with the nose rings, and the leather jacket, and the tattoo of a snake twisting from one thigh to the next. I don't know if you could call Zara beautiful, certainly not in the same way you could Tammy, but you could call her other names and they'd all turn on her. I met Zara in another town where my company headquarters was. I had to go once a month, every month, but it didn't take long before I found an excuse to go every weekend instead. Tammy was pregnant, and I wasn't proud about what I was doing, but neither was I ashamed because any guilt I should have felt was a drop in the ocean to that love. Zara was everything I'd ever known I'd wanted. She was wild, unrestrained, insatiable. She was a witch who put me under her spell, a demon who had claimed my soul. These are the types of excuses I tell myself whenever the guilt began to crawl up my spine. Whenever I'd hold Tammy at night, I'd tell myself stories of all the mad things men have ever done for love, and I'd put myself in their noble company. And when I fell asleep, I'd dream of being back with a girl whose touch was fire. Sorry. A weekend was never enough to spend with Zara, and every time was harder to leave than the last. I couldn't leave Tammy with the child, though, and the anxious worry that this had to end began eating away at me night and day. I kept them both a secret from each other, swinging back and forth, barely trusting myself to call by name without the tongue betraying me with the others. The more the pressure grew, the more insecure and defensive I became, until one day, by surprise, Zara told me she was jealous of my time. She didn't want me to leave her again. She wanted to be my wife, and the fool that I was, I told her that I wanted the same. I don't know. Is it lagging like super bad? Try and refresh. Okay, where was I? I told myself that I would make one last trip to end things with Tammy. She'd be better off alone, I wanted to believe, than with somebody who didn't need her anymore. I lost my spot. Oh, okay. I would do my part. My cat is jumping all over the place. I would do my part and help pay for the child, and I wouldn't need much money because nothing I could buy would fill my heart the way holding Zara did. Oh, thank you. Holding Zara did. Tammy would cry, but I wouldn't break. And in the 5 years' time and 10 years' time, when I'm old and gray and shaking hands, I'll hold Zara all the tighter, knowing that I was almost too weak to follow my heart. And maybe that's how it would have gone if Zara hadn't followed me back. She thought she would surprise me by making the trip to help me move. She thought she was being clever by calling my work and pretending to be a client setting up a meeting at home. How could she have known that Tammy was home while I'd gone to the store to pick up some things for our newborn child? The police were home before I was, the weeping young mother and the screaming punk. It wasn't hard for them to figure out what had happened. The knife-slashed curtains and the shattered plates. There must have been quite a fight to be loud enough for the neighbors to call the cops. The blood-stained carpet and the dirty tracks into the nursery. There was no way to hide the evidence or mistake what had happened to my daughter, who was slashed to ribbons before she had ever learned her name. Oh my God. Zara and I never spoke again, not even at the trial where I was called as a witness. I couldn't even meet her eyes when I told the jury about the affair, that I'd loved her, and that I knew everything was wrong. I told them that Zara had been jealous and that she had killed the child, that I would never wanted to see her again. The only thing that could have been harder to bear was when Tammy forgave me. She said it wasn't my fault and that I'd made a mistake, that we could learn to be happy together again. And I believed her, because as heavy as this weight was for me to bear, I knew that I couldn't bear it alone. That was almost 20 years ago, and Tammy and I have moved past it the best we could. We had 2 more children, both boys. I'm glad of that, because if we had a girl, I don't think I could have looked at her without thinking about the child who had been cut. If Tammy can still love me after all of that, then who am I to say I can't love her in return? Despite everything I'd done to avoid being alone, though. I know that it's only a matter of time. Tammy is sick, and she isn't going to get better. I've been spending every day at my wife's side, and our youngest will be leaving to college in a few weeks. Then it's just going to be me and my regrets, thinking about the words Tammy said to me last night. I told you I'd do anything to keep you, and I did, she told me. If you didn't think Zara killed our daughter, you never would have stayed with me. And I had to do it, don't you see? We've made for each other. We've made each other so happy throughout the years. I always knew I loved her, but it's taken me my entire life to find out why. Well, hell. So, the wife killed the kid, not the girl. The Zara lady. Plot twist. I don't know why, Elf. I didn't write the story. The wife killed the baby to keep the husband because she wanted the husband to think that Zara killed the baby, so they... Oh, okay. God, you're making me explain stories to you, Elf. Stop pulling my hair, cat. So... Let me... Putting an end to the psychic knock game? Where's Reddit? Yes, you are awesome. Solitude. The Blue Man. The Buzzards' Voices. Maybe I need to do a re-record of the Soul game. Have y'all heard the Soul game? Glassmouth on Wattpad. I do read Lovecraft, but he's hard to read. It's very kind of like poetic. I'm not seeing Glassmouth on there. I found a poem that's called Glassmouth. Oh, Sara Sarita. Sara Sarita. Where have you gone? After a few... Yeah. The Dark Reflection Ritual. I know that I've read that one. Are you down for some rituals? I bet you are down for some rituals, damn you. Do you want me to go do Bloody Mary? I'd have to do it from my phone, though. That's the only thing is that, like, I would have to, like, disable all of the, like, I would have to disable the stream and then start streaming on my phone. The Dark Reflection Ritual. Ken the Climber is really good. Look up... Okay, hold on. We're trying to do Logan's story. Logan de Cardi. Okay, I found it. Okay, we're gonna read this one. You were super mad. Hold on. Yeah, but I'm gonna need to, like, I need to record it. I need to, like, a midnight game is, it needs preparation, Elf. Can't just do it like that, you know, all willy-nilly. Okay, I'm gonna read this story as per request by Logan. Ugh. Okay, ready? I don't know what this story is about, so just bear with me. I'm so sorry if I fuck it up. Please forgive me. All right. I was laying in my bed listening to the sounds of the night, wind rustling in the trees in my backyard. The wood floors creaked, caused by the house settling, the occasional car driving by, and the hum of my ceiling fans. Normally, I didn't have multiple problems getting to sleep, but for some reason, I just couldn't manage to drift off to sleep. I heard the sound of a window breaking somewhere in my house. I shot up out of bed and reached for my nightstand and grabbed my .45 caliber pistol and the magazine. I slid it into the pistol and pulled the slide back and guided it forward as quietly as I could. I stepped back in my slippers and opened my bedroom door silently as I could. Stepping carefully, I made my way down the hallway to be sure not to make the floor creak. I checked the guest bedroom windows. None of them were broken. Same with the living room, office, kitchen, and even the garage. I couldn't find any broken windows in the house. I made my way back to my bedroom, and after I made sure that all the doors were locked, I sat on my bed as I unloaded and cleared my pistol, replacing the round and chambered back into the magazine and placed them back into the nightstand and pushed the drawer shut. I felt the urge to answer the call of nature. I walked into the bathroom just off my bedroom, not bothering to turn on the light, preferring to keep my eyes adjusted to the dark. Did my business and walked over to the sink to wash my hands. I looked in the mirror. When I saw my reflection, my heart sank and my chest tightened in fear. I struggled to breathe. I wanted to run back to my nightstand, but I couldn't. I felt like my feet were welded to the floor. My face was reflected in fractal pattern. The mirror was cracked and several pieces were missing, but none were on the counter. I used the mirror to look over my shoulder, the bath combo behind me. That's when I saw the figure sitting in it, looking at me through the shower curtain. Even in the dark, I could see it smiling at me with the pieces of the missing glass of the mirror pressed into its gums, its blood and saliva dripping off the glass, and now made it in the form of its gaping maw. Ooh, so what's going to happen next? I'm working on a story right now about the ocean. And when I say working on it, like I've outlined the characters and that's it. So I'm working on it. It's a slow process. Slowly but surely. The diviner ritual. Damn, what the hell? This thing is long as shit. I'm gonna shoot these cats. Recent activity. Cat, if you knock over my ring light, I will shoot you. The diviner ritual. For this ritual, you don't need red string or candles or a mirror. It isn't even you conducting the ritual. It's more like a game than anything. And it's as old as the universe itself, maybe even older. It's been here since angels appeared. This game here involves a lot of risks, including life, debt, a bloody death, haunting nightmares, etc. At first, the rules may sound a bit like the classical Hunger Games, but I'm telling you, it's really quite different. What the fuck? To start off the ritual, you will need to desire something, whether it's revival of a dead relative, a new mansion, a lover. You will need to want it with all that you have. It's best if it's personal, as global changes really don't mix well if you win. This will be explained later. Once you get your wish set in your mind, you have to wait. I am not playing a Ouija board, Elf. You're freaking nuts. Absolutely nuts. It's best to play this ritual in your teens, as once you're in the game, an athletic body brings so many advantages. What? So you have to... Hobbling around when you're 85 years old doesn't really, improve your chances of survival, it says. What the heck? When the trainer finally shows up, most of them are males. If you get a female one, that's great for you. Will be looking like your typical average human, but he's not normal. The trainer. What is this? Pokemon? Yeah, absolutely, Logan. Writing is an excellent outlet of creativity. My father punished me when I talked to ghosts. Do you want to hear this one's like 8-minute long? 8-minute reading time. You're rude. You're the rudest of the rudest. Okay. Have a good one, Logan. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be more prepared for this next time. This was just sort of like a freaking impromptu type deal. Oh yeah, the devil ritual. I thought about that, but I don't know where to find like 100 black candles or whatever it required. Okay, this one is called My Father Punished Me When I Talked to Ghosts. Okay. I've been blind since birth. As I grew up, everything was described to me in such vivid detail that I didn't even realize why it was that important to see, especially after having no reference point to compare it. We lived in a single-floor ranch house. That's what Father told me. In my mind, of course, I could see, although unlike how sighted a person could. I had spatial awareness. I knew where my bedroom was, where the bathroom, living room, and kitchen were. Each wall had its own texture. I don't know if that was done on purpose or if I could feel things that others never noticed. I rarely fell over, only if Father or one of the visitors put something somewhere they shouldn't have. It usually was the visitors, and Father would shout. They visited frequently, and only briefly when they did. Father and I shouldn't speak to them, that it unsettled. Father said that I shouldn't speak to them, that it unsettled him. He'd worry when I saw something he didn't, saw it with my ears or by touch. Ellie was the first. She seemed very sweet. She asked me my name and why my face was so messed up. She was in the living room. I could hear her when she sat from her breaths, harsh, nasal sounds, as if her nose was blocked. When Father had a cold, he'd always breathe through his mouth, big, labored breaths, as he wasn't used to it. When people mentioned my face, I always touched it, trying to work out why it was so strange to them. When they asked if I could touch theirs, they always paused. I guess sighted people never did that. Why would they need to? When I asked Ellie if I could touch her face, she reluctantly agreed, but moments later, Father entered the room and asked me who I was speaking to. I told him, nobody. He would always punish me when I spoke about them. I think it scared him. He'd take my arm and march me off. I'd be knocked off balance and disoriented to the point where he had to finally set me down. My hands would frantically search my surroundings until I knew where I was. It was usually my bedroom, though every now and then he'd leave me outside in the middle of nowhere. That was the worst. I would be lost and scared. He told me about the road that ran in front of the house and explained that sounds that I heard were cars and that they killed me if they touched me. Those sounds were my only means of recognizing my surroundings. I waited until I heard one, then I knew which way to run back to the house. I heard Ellie that evening. She whispered to me, saying that she was scared. I whispered back, but she didn't hear. I asked Father about Ellie. He didn't want to talk about her. I asked him why. He didn't reply. When I told him that she asked about my face, he asked me how I responded. I told him that I wanted to touch hers. He laughed, though I knew he wasn't happy. I could hear the difference when you laugh for pleasure
Your mouth is wide open. When you pretend, your mouth is almost closed. To me, the difference is obvious. It wasn't until I was older that he explained. He said that we lived in a special place connected to the other world, that sometimes dead people slipped through, people who had died in pain and wanted to reach the living. He explained that because I couldn't see, I was able to tune into that, and that they knew I was listening when others weren't. He said that I had to ignore it. Otherwise, he told me, they'd latch on and never leave me. All the dead want is to be alive again, he said. It was dangerous and they would trick me. He said they knew how to deal with them. He said that he knew how to deal with them, but he couldn't help if they became attached to me. Alex appeared to me a few days later. She told me that she was lost and didn't know where she was. I told her I wasn't allowed to speak to her. Still, she pleaded for help. I kept quiet, knowing what would happen if I said anything. Did you speak to them? Father asked. Though I was upset, I told him no. I wished I could help her. I knew what it was like to be lost and scared me. Alex didn't whisper to me at all. I'd ignored her, she ignored me. Father saved me and I was thankful. After Alex, I knew what I needed to do, so I did it. The spirit stopped bothering me after that, for a very long time. That was until Sarah appeared. Sarah didn't give me a chance to be quiet. I was on my own, sitting in the living room, and I listened to the television. Help, she said. I need to find a way out. I stayed silent. You can hear me, can't you? She asked, surprised. I'm not allowed to speak to you, I told her. Please, she begged. I'm scared. I'm lost. I want to see my daddy. She gripped the arms of the chair and I told her I wasn't allowed. He's dead, she said. I didn't answer. Your father is dead, she said again. I wasn't going to fall for it. I heard banging from around the room as things began to fly and shelves began to shake. Stop it, I shouted, and I did. Please help me leave, she said. I wasn't going to talk to her. I did the only thing I thought would help. I unlocked the front door, hoping she'd run out and get lost, just like I would do. When I heard from her no more, I locked the door and sat back down. I listened intently for any signs that she was still there. Except for the sounds of the TV, it was silent. I hated when my heart raced. I became all too aware of the tick-tock feeling of the rise and fall of my chest, like it was about to explode. When I heard my father's voice, I screamed. Son, he said, I need your help. I think I'm dying. I did what he told me to do. I didn't speak. If he did die, he'd never leave me. Instead, I raced out into the open air and shouted for help. I shouted until my voice was hoarse. I heard the sounds of cars racing in the road in front of me, in front of the house. I shouted until I heard someone respond. It was a woman. What's wrong? They asked. I told them that I think my father was dying. They asked what had happened to my face. I pleaded with them to help me, and they promised they would. I have to burp. Hold on. Oh, sorry. I sat down on the grass and waited. Sometime later, the woman returned to me and asked if she could hold my hand. I'm so sorry, she told me. I heard the sounds of sirens and of people rushing. I asked what was going on. The woman said that she was there for me. As the noise died down, a man asked me questions. I'm a paramedic, he said. What happened to your face? I told him I was fine. He asked if I was sure, and I told him I was. He asked if I minded him touching my face. I said it was okay. A moment later, I felt a pressure release from around my forehead, and the air felt cold against my skin. It sounded as if he were peeling an orange. I imagined that in my head and worried that he exposed my insides. I screamed and asked what he was doing. He told me everything was going to be okay, and the woman squeezed my hand, telling me to be brave. I didn't know what it was that I was experiencing. I felt tight pain within my head, like when you smash your shin against something hard, followed by something I come to understand as bright. It hurt so much I began to cry. "What happened to your eyes?" the paramedic asked. I said I was blind. He asked to check them. The pain returned when he examined them. "Do you know him?" the man asked the woman who had helped me. She told him that I had been screaming for help and that she had come to my aid, but that she had never met me before. "How long have you had your eye injury?" he asked me. I told him that I had been blind from birth. He asked me if I could see his fingers. I told him no. He asked if I could open my eyes. I said I didn't know what he meant. He asked if he could open them for me. I didn't respond. Then I felt his fingers on my face, fingers covered in something rubbery. Suddenly it became bright again. I screamed. He tried to calm me. The woman squeezed my hand. I didn't know what was happening. Things I couldn't describe came to me. It was like multiplied by 100-fold and so real. I carried on screaming as fuzzy form came into view. "Just breathe, okay?" the paramedic said. "Everything will be fine. When was the last time that you saw?" As my heart began to calm and breathing slowed, I became distracted by what I was experiencing. It overwhelmed me. I wanted to cry, and I did. "How long has it been?" he asked again. "I've never seen anything before," I told him. I was told to keep an eye mask on for most of the day, only taking it off at night at first, to allow my eyes time to adjust. At the time, I was placed in the custody of my aunt and uncle and didn't even know it at first. They were shocked at what happened to me and that I had never attended school. The past few years have been a roller coaster ride. The doctor said I may have never have perfect vision, though what little I have is a godsend, and that what I can get. And I'll take what I can get. I've only recently learned to read and write, so I apologize if my English isn't the greatest. It's the best I can do. I've been asking my aunt what happened to my father, but she always says that he died of a heart attack. I asked what sort of man he was. She said that She says that he was her brother and that she'll love him no matter what. My uncle doesn't want to talk about him at all. I've been using the computer a lot recently, and I really enjoy the internet. I can't believe such a thing exists. After being so lonely for so long, I could talk to whoever I want, when I want, though I'm wary of that. After all, how do I know if who I'm speaking to is alive? No one seems to share my father's concerns about that. Today I was in a forum discussing the spirit world. I was so happy to find people who I could relate to. And someone curious about my username sent me a link to an article on a true crime website. It was about my father and mentioned me by name. I just fucking choking on my spit. Holy heck. I'm so sorry. It was like choking on my spit. Whoa. True crime website. They asked me who I was and if I was the same person, according to the article. My mother had gone missing soon after my birth. It said that I'd been bound so that I couldn't see, that my father always wanted a daughter. They found 14 bodies in the basement. They said one got away, a girl by the name of Sarah Frank. She was the one to call police. They found father's car parked around the back of the house. They supposed he carried his victims into the basement via the storm entrance and left them there. Sarah had managed to get away if she agreed to be his daughter following 4 days of sustained torture. She stabbed him with a knife he placed on the counter to butter some toast. I didn't want to believe it, and I'm sure I wouldn't have if it weren't for the names of the victims, 2 of which stuck out, Ellie Farmer and Alex Riddle. I'd spoken to both of them in the living room. To this day, I wonder if my father had been honest with me about a single thing in his life. Through it all, one question remained above them all. Did I speak to Ellie and Alex before or after he killed them? Dang, that was a good story. Even though I almost died.
I almost died reading it because my freaking spit. Well, that's interesting. Get rest. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it a night too. I may do this more often. I need to be prepared to read stories. I'm sorry I made everybody sleepy. You guys are the best. Thank you for hanging out. Okay. I'm going to dip out. And what time is it? 1:13. I need to do laundry tomorrow. Super fun times. Okay. Well, good night, you guys. Let me know if this is something that you want to do more often. We'll definitely do it. Bye, everybody. Good night. Thanks for hanging out.